Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here today. First, I guess I'll just say, wow. Um, we knew the property tax freeze program would be popular. From October 1st until June 30th, a couple of days ago when the application process closed, we received 82,000 applications. We knew we had a lot of seniors in St. Louis County, but we did not know how many would apply for this program. Of those 82,132 applications, 60% of them were filled out online. And yes, there were still some folks that waited until the very last day to apply. 3,500 seniors did that. And while I'm tossing around numbers, 34,000 seniors were helped with in-person assistance by our county employees. And I'm really proud of our Department of Revenue staff and all the work that they did. They took extraordinary care to make sure that our seniors had the help and assistance they needed to get a successful application turned in. They hosted Saturday pop-up events over the past 3 weeks, and at Northwest Plaza, we had extended walk-in hours for additional help. We had extra computers set up. We had extra volunteers and staff to help answer questions and make sure that these applications got turned in. Many of my staff members also assisted in the application process at Northwest Crossing as well. We really wanted to do all that we could to make this program successful. And I do want to give a special shout out to our county council who remained committed to the success of this program and provided the resources that we needed to get all of these applications in on time. Our seniors helped us along the way too by giving us feedback and pointing out ways how the application process could be improved. And we listened, we made some changes along the way, and we stayed in close contact with the seniors so we could make sure the system was running smoothly and they could give us their feedback. But as this program moved along, we did have a glitch here and there, but the feedback we got from the seniors was important in correcting that and making this very popular program a success. We received thank you emails. Our volunteers and our staff received hugs. Some of seniors who filled out their applications returned the same day and brought food and snacks. For the workers who were staying late, putting in extra hours to make sure all the applications could get filed. Now that the application process is closed, the next question is, what do I do now? And the answer is, sit tight. Our county staff, our county employees are going to start going through the applications. They'll start approving the ones that are complete. They will reach out to anyone who has an incomplete application so we can collect whatever missing information we have so we can get them approved. Final approvals will start rolling out in the coming weeks. You can also follow along on the county website to see where your application is, or you'll get status updates from the county Department of Revenue as well. The most important thing is to understand that if your application is approved, then you'll get relief from property tax increases this tax year. The application process will move forward again next year. If you didn't get an application in this year, the process will open in October for the next tax year. And we'll give you reminders as we get closer to the next application cycle. If you're approved this year, then your base property tax will be calculated on your 2024 tax bill. That means with the exception of very small items, very modest items, your tax bill, if you're approved for this tax freeze, should remain very similar to your 2024 tax bill. Joining me here today is Erica Savage, who is the acting director of the Department of Revenue. She did a great job keeping this process moving, is an extraordinary resource of information. And I would be remiss also if I didn't recognize Tony Smee, our Director of Revenue until last Friday, who left for another opportunity in the private sector, but is a wealth of knowledge on this process as well, and and Tony probably did more media interviews than anybody in county government over the past 9 months, and is really good at explaining complex tasks as well. So good luck to Tony in his next opportunity. Erica, would you like to say something?
Good morning. I just want to thank the county executive and the council for the opportunity to be able to bring this to our seniors. I do appreciate the seniors and their kind words, being patient and understanding as we worked our way through this. I know it was a challenge, but as we know, with every challenge, there's opportunity. So I do appreciate the opportunity to be able to serve. So looking forward to when it opens again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica. We'd be glad to try and answer your questions.
Dr. Page, there's some successes here that you've outlined. We're hearing from residents, though, as recently as this week, who say they've been waiting for months, almost a year, to get their status confirmed. Others saying they're being passed on day to day, coming down here, trying to get registered, being told to come back the next day, come back the next day, come back the next day. So what's your response to their criticism that neighboring counties seem to be able to figure out the senior tax rate and how to get everybody registered for that? What is the challenge that St. Louis County is facing?
So I believe that 82,000 applications in St. Louis County is extraordinary, and that means most everyone was able to get through the process. I believe that our success will far exceed other jurisdictions who chose to do this, and we also recognize that a lot of jurisdictions in the state chose to not move forward with a property tax freeze at all. So we are the largest county in the state, largest jurisdiction in the state, the most seniors. I think we did an extraordinary job. The feedback from the seniors that went through this process is that they're very happy with it. And we've got lots of emails and positive comments that demonstrate that. Anytime you have a process, some people will miss the deadline. And for those who did not get filed this year, we invite them to file again in October when it opens up. If you have a denominator like 82,000, there will always be some folks that fall short, and we expect that we'll be hearing from them. We want to hear their concerns. We want that feedback, and we will incorporate their feedback into the program design for next year.
And for those people who say they feel like they haven't been heard from, that they feel ignored, what is the best way for them to reach out to the county to get their situation?
The property tax freeze application process is closed by ordinance for this year. So there is no way to apply this year for this property tax freeze. We've had over 100 media stories about this. It's been in the news a lot, and there's been ample time to apply. And 82,000 people have done that. Our duty and obligation now is to process those 82,000 applications and make sure the people that have been entered into the program are approved and that they're able to benefit from this property tax freeze.
Hopefully not an omen for what's to come. You mentioned the denominator. 82,000 sounds like a lot. Do you know how many people were eligible? What percentage of eligible residents apply?
So we don't know eligibility because there's a lot of seniors who own property, but to be eligible for this by state law, they have to live in the home that they own. And if they have other properties, those properties aren't eligible for the senior property tax freeze. Our estimate was that there was somewhere between 80 and 100,000 seniors that might be eligible. Some of these properties represent 2 seniors living in the home. So it really is a very difficult number to get our hands on.
So you're reporting this crush of applications, expecting people to hang tight. Sound like the staff has their hands full. With all respect to Ms. Savage, can you explain your plan for keeping continuity in this role, and why have you seen so much turnover in the director of revenue side?
Yeah, so the question is, why is there turnover in county government? I think that historically our turnover is probably consistent with what it always has been. Some of our departments turn over more than others, but that's just the world we're in today. There's a lot of turnover in government. We have had a good leadership in the Department of Revenue, and the success of this program is a testament to that good leadership. Our director who left on Friday has an opportunity in the private sector that he couldn't pass on, and we wish him the best. And we're very grateful for the work he did to design this program.
Dr. Page, I had a question just sent to me from the station, Channel 2. I just want to ask you real quick. The county is being sued, claiming, and the claim is that it's not properly implementing, the county not properly implementing the senior property tax freeze by not freezing the entirety of people's property taxes. Why did the county decide to do it this way?
So the question is about the design of the program, and it sounds like a misunderstanding of what the law is. And we will look at that lawsuit and try and understand it, but folks can say whatever they want. I can tell you that this program is designed precisely by the state law, and the state law doesn't freeze every bit of the property tax. It freezes almost all of it with some small exceptions, and we will follow the state law precisely when we implement this property tax freeze.
You've opposed at times, or well, I guess some of the implementation, threatened to hold up some of this property tax freeze, and you've advocated that the county needs more revenue in new places.
Mm-hmm.
With the federal government actively shifting a lot more cost burden to state and local governments, when is it time for Missouri to reconsider Hancock? Does that tie your hands?
Well, Mark, there's a lot in your question, so I'll do my best to answer it high level. We need to make sure that people in our community, in our state, understand that in order to receive services, you have to pay for them, and we will provide the best services we can with the resources that we have. If people want more services, then we'll need more revenue to do that. And we do a pretty good job of delivering our services efficiently. The fundamental question, do we have enough revenue to provide the services that people want in our state or in our community? That's a conversation we'll have. The law is, in Missouri, the law is that property taxes will be frozen for people over 62 who are living in their homes. We're going to implement that law. We're going to have a program that works really well, that prevents abuse or fraud, and we're going to make it work for the people who need that relief. Some of our institutions, schools, municipalities, governments will be strained if revenue declines. And when that happens, we'll have some tough discussions about, do we need more revenue or do we need to cut services?
Do you have any data or anecdotes that might explain why home insurance and property taxes are seeing so much upward pressure these days?
The question is data or anecdotes why home insurance is going up?
Well, property taxes also, like the cost of living in your home is rising.
Okay, data or anecdotes as to why property taxes are going up. Property taxes increase because assessed values increased, so property values go up, so the property tax bill will go up. Property tax rates are approved by voters, and in different localities, when property tax rates go up, it's because the local jurisdictions presented them with a question and the voters decided to increase their rates. Did I answer your question?
I understand all that.
Well, tell me again, give me some feedback as to what more details you want. Property tax values are going up because of inflation, and property taxes are based on property values. That strains people on fixed incomes, which is primarily our older residents, our seniors, and that's why the state has turned attention to freezing property taxes for their seniors, and frankly, they deserve some relief.
Go ahead. I know it's all still fluid in DC right now. Do you have any correspondence with the Missouri congressional delegation about what you'd like to see in this?
So the question is about the package that's in front of Congress. We all, a lot of folks in Missouri have deep reservations about cuts to Medicaid and the social safety net, and we're very concerned about that. That question is in front of the House of Representatives today, and they've got some tough decisions to make, but I hope there is a way to minimize the cuts to our social safety net or food programs and Medicaid.
to local and state governments. What happens if that's the new reality? Is the county government prepared to take that on?
The county government does not have the resources to make up for a historic cut in federal services for health care and food for people who are in need. We'll do what we can with the resources we have, but there's no scenario where we fill that gap completely. Anything else?
Select board plans?
To celebrate and enjoy the 3-day weekend.